Hey everybody, today I'm going to show you a quick recipe that you can actually do several ways. It's very, very versatile. I think it's very easy and it's great for this time of year. It's kind of like, I'm gonna call it a multi-layer dip. Just because you have the freedom to make it as many layers as you want, I'm going to show you lots of options. Now, this is the finished product and you can't actually see the layers in it, so I'm going to make a mini version in this parfait glass today to show you what it looks like. So what I started with was a ground beef mixture that I cooked with some vegetables. I like to season every layer. I like to get vegetables in every layer. So we're going to start with this layer first. We're just going to put some of the ground beef in the bottom. And I do drain my ground beef for this, even though it's lean, it still does lend a little bit of grease, and I don't want a lot of grease, so this is gonna be my husband's lunch today. So then the second layer I made, we don't do a lot of dairy here, cow's milk dairy, we use goat milk. So I made a goat cheese and yogurt mixture, cream, whatever. I beat it with some, with beaters to make it creamy. And I just seasoned it up with some herbs. Now, if you don't like goat cheese, you can use sour cream, you can use full-fat cream cheese, you can use a combination of those with yogurt, but that's what we use here. So that's gonna be the second layer, and this gets kind of messy. You just have to be gentle as the layers get layered, so to speak. The weight starts to spread everything around, and I like a lot of that, so I'm gonna put a little bit more of this in there. Okay. Then the next layer is guacamole. Now I make my own guacamole. I love guacamole. I love avocados. It's really easy to make. So I make my own, and I do make it hot. I put a serrano pepper in it. And this time of year, my herbs are going crazy. So this is a great dish for me to utilize and harvest a lot of those herbs and get that flavor in every layer and get the nutrients as well. So the next layer is going to be guacamole, and it'll spread very easily over the top of this. And I'm sorry guys, but I'm gonna have to lick my fingers because I'm making a mess here. I should have had a rag over here with me. Now, you could do a hummus layer. Man, that's good. You could do a hummus layer if you wanted to do a hummus layer, but I'm actually gonna put chickpeas in it, so I'm not gonna do a hummus layer. So from this point on, you could do whatever you want. You could add quinoa. I always had quinoa, but we ate it all yesterday. So you could add some quinoa. You would want to add the quinoa to one of these layers so it would stick. You could add a hummus layer if you want. And then my kale, look at this kale. I grew this kale. It is going crazy right now. So I like to top it with fresh kale, fresh greens. You can use spinach, you can use arugula, you can use regular lettuce. I just like to get some fresh raw vegetables in there because a lot of this is soft textured and some of it is cooked. Now, in this dish, I made a cooked salsa. I'm not crazy about cooked salsa, but I went ahead and made a cooked salsa to put in this one. So since this one has, you know, fresh kale in it, I'm gonna just put some fresh tomatoes on top with some of the chickpeas. And then, again, I got some olives today, some great cured olives today at Giant Eagle. You could put some olives on there if you want. You could put a couple of fresh cucumber slices on there if you want. And then I like to, right before I serve it, I like to crush the chips. And then you're gonna eat it with a spoon right over the top. You could use blue corn chips, you could use multi-corn chips. You see the layers at all in there? Look okay? Okay guys, sorry for the mess. This is a really delicious dish. It's great at room temperature. I didn't put any shredded cheese or anything in it. Again, we don't do dairy, but that's an option. You could always use feta cheese if you wanted. But this is a great dish for this time of year, and it's kind of all in one. You know, you really don't need a side dish because it has everything in one dish. You can just eat it with a spoon. So I hope you guys give this recipe a try. Thanks for tuning in.